Hi guys, welcome back to Reverb.com. I'm Claude Young, Detroit techno DJ and all-around nice guy most of the time. I'd like to show you a trick that I used to do when I first started playing in the early 90s. I was living in the UK, and this was a trick that I would often pull out at really famous kind of UK techno clubs like the Orbit or Voodoo Club in Liverpool, places that I would play at. And this is the upside down reverse record trick. And why would we do this? Sometimes if you're playing vinyl sets, maybe you want to, let's say you have double copies of the same track and you want to raise the energy. So why not play the record forward a little bit and then you mix into a reversed version. To do this trick, we're going to need, of course, your favorite record that you want to play backwards. You're going to need a spool of thread that you can get from a craft shop for very little. To also do this trick, you're going to need a simple cigarette filter, which you can buy from tobacco shop. You're going to take your spool of thread, and hopefully the size is the same size as the point in the turntable that you put your record on. We're going to lay this down here. Now, we're going to take our track. We're going to figure out, you're going to figure out which track you want to play. We're going to put this on top of the actual spool. And what we want to do is we want to make sure that the holes line up. So we just line this up like so. I'm just going to play whatever's on the bottom side. And then we take your average cigarette filter that you can find anywhere, and that's just going to hold your record in place. So I'm twisting this down. I'm going to lift this up so you can get a pretty good idea of what you have here. So we're going to lay this down on the turntable like so. Hopefully it's in the right place. Nope. So we're going to lay it down. Now, what we need to do is we need to take the needle of the turntable, this section, and we need to flip it the opposite way because we're not playing what's on top, we're playing what's on bottom. And when you put the needle down on a record, it spins inward. But since we're playing in reverse, you actually will play inward outward. And there were old records that were cut like that. There were some rock records that were cut like that, and many records that were cut like that in Detroit, actually, at National Sound. All right, so we're going to back off on this a little bit, back off on these weights. And in a previous video, I did a video of setting up the tone arm. And basically what we're doing here is in reverse. We don't want to balance the arm forward. We want the arm to come up because we want to put pressure on the arm so it lifts into the record so we can play it backwards. So that's more than enough weight. So what we're going to do is you can see our tone arm is up. We're going to place this needle right under the record. I'm just going to pick an arbitrary spot so you can get the general gist of the idea. And I'm going to start the record. It's slowly spinning. And as it gets up to speed, I'm going to fade it in. And what you end up with is your track in reverse. Voila. If you have two copies of the same record, of course, you can mix back and forth. But this is something for you to play with for sure. For ambient tracks, if you want to have cool intros, it's also a cool trick for that. And it just looks really cool when you're in the club and you're playing records upside down. So hopefully that's something you can get some use out of. Thanks for stopping by. This is Reverb.com. I'm Claude Young from Detroit, and we'll see you next time.